Hey everyone, it's Mindy from the OG Sports Network. Hey, we're coming to you live today with some awesome NCAA college basketball picks. I'm sure you're super excited for this, just like I am. I mean, we're off to a hot start of the day already. Games have been in action for an hour and 40. So yeah, I mean, sometimes isn't this week better than the final 64 tourney? I think it might be. But we will find out who you guys are on. Also, we can field questions from you guys. Dave is here. He's going to, be with us to just take us for an NCAA college basketball ride. That is for sure. But before we get to him, make sure we go ahead and get over to ogcappers.com where you can get our best of the best picks. That is for sure. You can see Dave up there doing some great work. He is leading the way at OG Cappers in the NBA. You can see that right there. A 255 and 208 record, totally getting it done. If you want some volume, if you want to make a lot of plays, Dave is your guy. Also, make sure you pick up his pick package today. It's on special. I'll show you right now. You just click on the EPA Sports Hoops, and you can go down and find his pick package. I mean, I'm good at controls, I promise. There it is. Right now, $29. Monster 24-hour pick pack are all of our favorite plays and NBA there as well. So all you need to do is purchase that package. Use the promo code OG20 to save you 20%. So I guess we'll bring Dave in. What's up, Dave? How are you?
Are we live? You said something about doing this live.
Yes, we're doing it totally live.
How dare you?
I kind of felt like sometimes people need a little bit more explanation. Perhaps they have questions and they need to bring those our way. So if you guys want to know what's going on, how Dave operates, if you want a request for a game, put it in the chat. We will get through all of those. We're just going to let Dave.
How I operate.
Well, I mean, I tried to give you my top 5 from Ken Palm like we normally do.
Right. Like, no. Screw that. Screw the Ken Palm top 5. Let's talk this is the best week of the year, championship week. I don't care what anybody says. They get jacked up for March Madness. Dude, this is like Saturday every day this week. There are so many games out there. I mean, yesterday was so much fun. So much fun. I had I know I posted 31 plays on your site yesterday.
Right.
And it was a great day. It was
19 and 11.
Yeah, 19, 11, and 1. See, what I enjoyed about it, though, is because I don't put big money on it. I don't, right? But I love having money in play all day long. It's kind of like drinking all day. You can't drink all day unless you start in the morning. Right.
Exactly.
So this segment brought to you by Remington Firearms and Maker's Mark Whiskey. Great combination. But no, I was rather than do the Ken Palm top 5, I was just going to start dropping through games. Yeah. Right. Things that I like in the model. Now, if you're out there listening right now, I don't have every game model. Okay. I think we should start with the modeling, though. You talked about letting people know what I do.
Yes.
I'd love to try to figure out how to solve the answer to the outcome of a game as simply as possible. Okay. So when people, when we're talking college basketball, you start rattling off names, folks. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I never look at an injury list, NBA, WNBA, men's college basketball names. I got no idea. Right? I mean, no idea.
Vegas takes care of that for you. Vegas takes care of it.
Right. And one of the reasons I don't do that is simply I don't want to convolute the story I'm trying to tell with the numbers, because that's really all that I am. I take these numbers on the hot sheet and I try to tell the story of what I expect for a game outcome. Right. And I try to do it as simply as possible. I mean, how else are you going to go through 80 college basketball games today and do a deep due diligence on all of them? It needs to be fast like that. So speaking of due diligence, I got a couple of nuggets for y'all out there. Check this out. Okay. So there was one thing, if you've been following along with our shows, there's one thing in championship week in the early rounds that I've been playing the hell out of. blindly. Double-digit favorites. They have been in smoking since last Wednesday. Okay, well, I shouldn't say smoking. I think yesterday they were 3-2, but they were plus money. They were plus money, and I'm not looking at my model or anything like that. It's just I'm just taking the double digit and rolling with it. I think since last Wednesday, it is some god awful number like 23-8 ATS. I mean, these teams have just been covering left and right, except for Villanova yesterday. What the shit was that? Oh my God! Against one of the worst teams in college basketball, they barely squeaked by, and now they're double-digit dogs again today, and they're just going to be a pain in my ass. So let's just start this show with Villanova. All right.
Let's do it.
Now, here is an interesting nugget that I found in the data because I dumped everything that happened yesterday into AI and asked it because I have a custom program for men's college basketball, and I was like, give me a pattern from yesterday that was interesting. Get this, Mindy. Get this, folks. So yesterday there were 16 games with a spread of 3.5 or less. 16 games. If you picked the straight up winner correctly, you covered 15 of them.
Yeah.
You were 15-1, just going straight up winner and laying the points or taking the point. The spread affected only one game, less than 3.5 points yesterday. So
that's crazy.
It's something to think about. Do we overthink the bad beat? Do we go money line like I do? I'm a big puss, right? Do I take risk out of the equation at my own expense?
Yeah, because that's what we've talked about a long time, right? The juice. You know, I always say, like, I win $8 for every 10 I bet, but maybe I want to try to make that closer to $9 for every $10 I bet, right? So I take the minus 10 and not the minus 20, right? Or do I want to take more wins and put them in my pocket?
Yeah, we need to do a show sometime and post my juice model. And what it allows, folks, for you, if you haven't heard of it, what it allows, it's just an equation in an Excel spreadsheet, and it shows you your winning percentage relative to the juice you're eating. And I never realized how bad it was. I mean, the juice kills. It does. That's one of the reasons why I like being the due diligence guy. That's one of the reasons why I post a jillion picks on the OG Capper site. It's not for you to get a single pick. It's for you to pick my brain every day, right? You don't have to chase them all. It's there so you go, okay, here's what Dave's model says, and then you apply that to your own due diligence, because ultimately you're hitting the enter button on all bets. You get all the glory, you get all the blame, right? So it's really about due diligence. So I'm going to start jumping into some games here now. There's a few live ones. Full disclosure, okay. I was on Toledo the money line this morning. All right. Now the reason being is Toledo came into this game road scoring efficiency 11th in the country, 180th on defense. Kent State 124th in road defense, 180th in road offense. So this was a 5.5 point spread. Again, outside 3.5. Didn't want to be there. So I took Toledo in the money line. I kind of call it a beer money bet, right? You're getting 50 cents on the dollar. You know, yesterday, my modeling straight up went 33-9 for the whole day yesterday. So when I look at this, when I go, okay, the model has Toledo winning, that's based on yesterday, that's basically a 78% run. So I look at Toledo on the money line. I'm getting about 80% odds on that, even though I'm only getting back about 50%. So, but again, it's pick volume. You know, I got something there. Richmond and St. Joe's. Richmond was favored by 2.5. I had Richmond by 1 in this one, but I also have Richmond as a better offense versus the defense, better defense versus the offense. I took Richmond minus 2.5. It was in that range, right? But Richmond money line, I'd have been cool with that as well. We got a couple of double-digit chalks going on right now. We got UConn right? UConn minus 15.5 against those bums from Villanova. And then we got North Carolina minus 10.5 against Florida State. I like the North Carolina one the best.
Yeah, they're up big right now. They're up 44-27. So
yeah, Connecticut's going to be should be a pain in the butt in the big tournament. They're going to be a pain in the butt in this tournament. They have the 7th best offensive scoring efficiency in the country coming in on the road. Defense, though, 132nd. Still solid, but 132nd. Okay. North Carolina is going to be an absolute pain in the freaking ass.
Yeah, because you say they rank basically just as good at home as away, up there, top 5 offensive, defensive efficiencies, right?
North Carolina traveled 75th in road offensive scoring efficiency and 22nd in road defensive scoring efficiency. I don't know about you all, but for me in sport, when it comes down to playoffs, championship runs, defense is sexy. 22 in the country, road scoring efficiency defense. I love that. To give you a little contrast, okay? Everybody loves Houston. Don't blame you, right? Super athletic, big team, plays awesome defense. They are the #1 home scoring efficiency defense in college basketball. Do you know how many home games Houston has left?
None.
0. On the road, they're still badass, but North Carolina at 22 is better than Houston at 36.
There you go.
I really like taking advantage of looking at these things through the lens of road performance only. I just started this in the last month, right? It's not something I've been doing forever, but the results that I'm seeing are just fascinating right now. I'm also, did Minnesota, Michigan State tip off yet?
They did. It's Minnesota 34, Michigan State 32 at the half.
At the half?
The half.
34-32, better to extrapolate 70, 140 on pace. Okay. So this was a 135.5 total. I went over on it. I was projecting at 147, and here's why. Minnesota road offense 64. Michigan State road defense 233. Michigan State road offense 153. Minnesota road defense 357. Folks, there's only 361 teams. Minnesota's road defense sucks. So now it's tight right now. What'd you say, 34-32?
Yeah.
So that's 66. That's 132 pace. We need to be over 135. I'm hoping the defense sags a little bit in the second half. Or if we can go some NBA style, the game's close enough where somebody starts hack-a-shack at the end and we get 10 cheap points in the last minute. But that's where I'm at right now. Let's get into some games that haven't tipped yet that I got a strong lean on. Tulsa and East Carolina. Tulsa's coming into this one 280 in defensive scoring efficiency on the road, 306 on offense. So Tulsa kind of stinks, right? Yeah. Now, it's not like East Carolina is great. They're 279 and 143, but Tulsa is pretty much dominated by Eastern Carolina, especially on the defensive side. 143 on defense for East Carolina, 260 on offense for Tulsa. And East Carolina is a 1.5 point favorite in there. What did I say yesterday? These things covered 15 out of 16. So you want to go East Carolina money line? I'm cool with that. You're getting minus 124, 126, 128, 130, right? Or you can go East Carolina minus 1.5. The odds of winning by 1, it hurts because it's not much, right? It's just really, 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 really infrequent. The problem, I think, is you get it glorified by shows like Bad Beats, and it gets in your mind that this happens a lot. It doesn't. It doesn't. There's a lot of things in sports that don't happen as frequently as people think. One of my favorites, there are more false starts in college football per year by the home team than the road team.
Right. So that home field advantage, not there.
It's
even
not.
Though we say it is.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah. It's 100% bullshit. And COVID with empty stadiums proved it because the ratio didn't change with nobody in the stadiums.
Boom.
So the next time you hear an announcer go, "Whoa, the home crowd really affected that one." No, the down pressure affected it, not the home crowd. Shut up, whoever says that.
Right.
Mississippi State and LSU. Mississippi State is a 4.5-point favorite against LSU. That's outside the 3.5. Gives me a little heebie-jeebies. Now, I do like MSU in the money line, a little bit more of a beer money pick. I think it was minus 180, minus 185. All right, but look at the numbers. Mississippi State on the road, defensive scoring efficiency 37. LSU road offense 168. Got them beat there. And then the flip-flop, MSU on the road 131 offense, LSU 278 road scoring efficiency defense. So we got a model that likes Mississippi State. We got an offense better than LSU's defense. We got a defense better than LSU's offense. That's my consensus, folks. That's my personal consensus in the numbers. So I hesitate going MSU minus 4.5, even though if you told me I have to take a side, I'll take MSU minus 4.5. I like taking I'll take the juice, reduce some of the risk, give me MSU on the money line. That was an OG Kepper pick as well.
Okay.
Wisconsin and Maryland. Maryland's
fascinating. That big
no, dude. What's not fascinating is Wisconsin's road scoring efficiency defense. If fascinating is Latin for piece of shit, then that's what it is. Wisconsin 299th in road scoring efficiency defense. It's not like Maryland's that much better. They're 251 on offense. So you got two stinkers, but they kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah,
but look at Maryland's defensive number. Maryland's defense is 27 on the road. Wisconsin away from Madison is 173rd. Guess who's catching 4.5 points? 4 points. Maryland. So I don't like a lot of underdogs in the model, right? I'm looking for stuff that confirms I got a better team on offense and defense. Well, in these numbers, Maryland's traveled much better than Wisconsin. They got a game under their belt. They also won big yesterday. I know. Get that out of your head. That shouldn't matter, but we all know that confidence is a big deal in sports, right? Yeah. You know, so I think right now you have Maryland because they blew the doors off of whoever the F they played yesterday. Right? And which, by the way, they were minus 1.5. And I chickened out. I bet the money line. They easily covered it. You know, I got my win, but I paid for it in a little bit of juice. But I do like Maryland as an underdog in that game. And then the last one I got on my list right now is Memphis minus 8.5 against Wichita State. Why? Wichita State's defense is solid on the road, 131. Memphis road offense is 38th in the country, scoring efficiency. That's a pretty matchup right there. I like that. What I don't like, and this is why I like Memphis on defense, 73rd. Memphis travels good, 38 and 73. Those are really good numbers, albeit in the AAC. But the Wichita State offense doesn't travel. 308th in scoring efficiency offense. I love that offense defensive gap right there. So I'm going a little bit out on the limb. The model has Memphis by 4.5. In these situations, my rule of thumb is doubling it. So that's really more like 9. Took a bit of a gamble. I like Memphis minus 5.5 against Wichita State, who, well, just doesn't do very good on the road, scoring efficiency wise. So should be an interesting ball game there. That one I don't have, relative to some of the other ones I talked about, don't have a lot of strength behind that one as well. So,
all right. So we got a question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So Jennifer says opinions on Ohio State spread. Also, she likes the under versus my current home state, Iowa. Dave.
Oh, okay. Iowa, Ohio State. Hey, do I have that one in front of me? I just modeled that one. I just modeled that one. Is Ohio State's laying 1.5, right?
Let's see. Where I think I just put it up here. Yeah, Ohio State -1.5. Yep, that's it.
Hang on.
Yeah, 152.5. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Okay. Let's get over to the. I didn't have that page printed out, but who cares? It's a live show, right?
Yeah. This is what you get, folks. This is what you get.
Okay, Penn State, Indiana. God, I just did this one. Oh, Ohio State. Game. There it is. Okay. Yeah. All right, Jennifer, check this out. So you like the under on this one, Jennifer?
Yes. Like the
under. Oh, man. Oh, God. Okay. So 101, 130. Okay. So here's what I got on this one. So Iowa is 4th in road scoring efficiency, an offense. Ohio State is 153. All right, so we got it. We're leaning the offense there. Iowa's road defense 320. Ohio State's road offense is 121. Okay, that kind of, Jennifer, that one freaks me out a little bit. Okay, what I like about it. Okay, no, I'm trying to walk you through how I'm looking at my numbers. Okay, so right away I am not on an under because this is an offensive game. Both offenses are better than both defenses. Okay, but look at our total, 153.5. That is a big number. Mindy, you know how I love being under 150 plus. Okay, so I like that. And then I look at the model. And I got 76-74 Ohio State. Round numbers, okay? It's like 75.98 versus 74.13, okay? So I got a 2-point game, and I'm at 150 on the oh, thanks, Mom. Mom made me some biscuits. Nice biscuits. Yeah, thanks, Mom. Anyways, the model is under. This is a tight one. Personally, this wouldn't be a pick that I post on OG. This wouldn't be a recommendation there. But the model is under the 153.5. Coin flip, right? I don't want to push you off of it, Jennifer, but it just scares me because you're betting on an under when one of the defenses, Iowa's, is pretty shitty. Now, as for the side, what did we say earlier?
Yeah.
Tiny sides, go with the model. The model has Ohio State winning this game. So if I was going to, if I was going to bet one of the two, okay. Well, you know,
okay.
I don't want to push people one way or the other from a due diligence.
I mean, ultimately, it sounds like this is a game you'd probably pass on, right? You're just trying to give your.
This is a game where I am very comfortable, okay, based on what the model's done so far, based on the behavior of really low sides. I am very comfortable going Ohio State money line, right? Okay. We're gonna get -125, right? The second most comfortable thing I'm going to be with is going to be Ohio State -1.5, right? Because we have trends behind us on that as well. And then the third thing is, now if I was betting on the total, I am going to bet the under. I would not bet over 153.5 because that's outside the normal range of scoring for college basketball. And I would also be going against the model. And if you've been hanging around long enough on this show, when I say I'm going against the model,
you lose.
Right. So basically, no matter what I say, we're screwed, Jennifer. We're totally screwed. So, but no, that is a great basketball game. But again, the model has Ohio State to win. I'll take Ohio State to cover, and a slight lean under 153.5.
And so then you need to, she said, of course, this is on a neutral court. So explain again, in case that she missed it, that right now you're using all
Oh,
away numbers.
yeah. So the model is actually really simple. I love explaining everything that I do, all my jobs, all my businesses, everything. I try to explain it with data as simply as possible. If I can write it on I want to be able to write the reasoning on a 3x5 card. Okay. So what I've done is I have taken out all home performance from everybody this week. Everybody. It's solely road performance because the home performance for men's college basketball is ridiculously strong. Home versus road scoring, offense and defensive scoring efficiency is 13.12% stronger at home than on the road. So like Houston, look, are they a really good team? Yes, they are nearly unbeatable at home. Houston isn't playing any more games at home, right? And I think there's a sense of psychology there. People say, well, it's neutral for everybody. Yeah, it's neutral for everybody. I want to know who travels offensively and defensively. So whether it's Iowa and Ohio State or any of these teams, I am not looking at this at all using any home information for anybody. This is all road performance efficiencies.
Gotcha. And so, how about we talk a little bit about the hot sheet to see if anyone else has some more questions here. You guys, Dave has a couple different ways that he gives you his plays, right? So if you are the do-it-yourselfer, someone like me, or a capper, someone like me, right? You may like his hot sheet. So if you go to patreon.com, EPA Sports, you'll get every single game that he models, right? Every single thing. That is for NBA and for college basketball, including that right there. Now, if you are not the do-it-yourselfer, don't have time, don't want to do it, and you just want to tail some great plays, that's where you go to ogcappers.com and you pick up Dave's $29 pick pass over there at OG Cappers, and he will give you his best selections on the day. And so, Dave, you can explain that a little bit more, and we'll see if anyone else has any more questions on games they want covered for today.
No, that's about it. Everything I do for you on OG Capper is really due diligence for everybody else. Obviously, I make every selection, every NBA game, I put a lean on every NBA total. Every single one. There's a reason if you go to OG Cappers, folks, I have over 450 NBA total picks on the year.
It would be 255 and 208 is the record. Yeah.
Right. And so I think I got a pretty good model on NBA totals. I dare say I would love to see anybody pick every single NBA game every single day and come close to something like that. So, but it's for your due diligence, right? And then, and for your do-it-yourselfer, here's kind of what a hot sheet looks like, right? You know, I got their home and road. I got their road offensive defensive scoring efficiency rank. I have projected 3 points. I have projected efficiency from 2, free throw efficiency, total game, score, total side, and then I break down all of their rankings from 3, from 2, from the free throw on offense and defense. So it's a lot of information. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer, I would say about 60% of the hot sheet subscribers are actually handicappers.
Right.
They use it for their own due diligence. That's actually how Mindy and I got connected. Is she started using the hot sheets to get better, taking her off more losers. So I'm like, well, I should just sell this to handicappers. And then it turns out there's a lot of people like, you know who you are. If you're listening right now, you're a do-it-yourselfer. And if you don't have time to do it yourself, well, what I do is I take my own hot sheets and I try to get my best plays, as many as possible, onto OG Cappers at a tremendous value for due diligence information as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to find a better deal for the price. That is for sure. All right, Dave. Hey, again, as always, I appreciate your time. Thanks for breaking down some winners. Oh, wait, you got more?
NBA. Do we want to do any NBA? Has anybody got any NBA questions?
Oh, sure. You start.
No, me? What do you mean? Oh, man, I got so lucky yesterday. I looked at OG Cappers this morning, and I was the only person above 500 on NBA totals yesterday. Woo! right?
Because everything, for whatever reason, I mean, here, let's look real fast, Dave, just for the sake of argument of what occurred yesterday.
Yeah.
We had the Hawks put up a 102, the Warriors a 99, the Pelicans a 95, the Grizzlies a 98, the Heat an 88, the Nets a 106. What is going on? I thought these guys were professionals. I
What are you
thought they
talking
were
about?
good. What is going on? Alabama could beat these guys.
What are you talking about? I went 6-3. I went 6-3. Man, but scoring has dropped precipitously since the All-Star break. It has really changed. It is a very different paradigm. I'm fascinated with the performance and effort behavior. I don't know if it's injuries, right? But not everybody's out. I think there's a different mentality after the All-Star break. It just
Perhaps.
feels like it.
It's like
And
no one wants those play-in games, right? I mean, I don't know if that's what it's coming down to.
I'm not sure what it is. I know that next year, the first week after the NBA All-Star game, I am not posting a freaking bet because the behavior changed so bad. I got smoked. I really did, right? And it's only in the last week and a half when I have post All-Star break data only where it's turned around. But I'm not sure which game that I like the best today. Here's an interesting one, though, is Milwaukee and Philadelphia. The line is 223.5. Now, my favorite model is the last 3 home games versus the last 3 road games. I have Milwaukee 104, Philadelphia 98. It's only the second time this year that the EPA has projected a sub 100 point total for a team. So I'm at 200.32 on a 223.5 total. That's so bad. That's like so bad it's scary. It really is. It's really scary. But if you look at the biggest variance, that's the strongest variance on the board. As for a side, the strongest variance I have, Phoenix is going to Boston. I have Boston in the 3-game model. I have Boston winning by 14.71. And in the 4-game model, which is the last 4 games each team has played, I have Boston 115, 109. So 6.1. And the spread last night when I was doing this was minus 4.5. So my favorite play that I logged into OG Capper last night, and if you had the package, you'd have got it last night or this morning. My favorite lean and the only side I posted on there is Boston -4 at home against the Suns.
Okay, Jennifer does have another question for you. She said opinions.
Jennifer, she's just milking it. Just milking it.
Opinions on whether or not the Trailblazers will cover, Dave.
God, dude. The Trailblazers. I mean, it's like you don't bet on the Trailblazers, right? I mean,
like you have to be like full disclosure. Portland's your team.
Okay. Here's what I see in the numbers, Jennifer. Now, in my sheet that I have, I got Portland catching 8 last night. Mindy, can you look that up just to make sure that we're on there? You know what we're looking at there.
Well, right now the Trailblazers are getting almost 11, 10.5, 11.
Oh shit. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, so I don't like betting on the Trailblazers. Here's the other thing about the Trailblazers. They're on a home back-to-back. They played last night. Okay. They're a young team. It's a real roller coaster with them, but 11.5 is a truck ton of points. And the Knicks have been shit lately. Okay.
It's true.
If you look, okay, in the 3-game model, Jen, New York, so New York's last 3 road games, Portland's last 3 home games, I have it modeled 113.09, 107.8 Knicks. So I got the Knicks by 5.29. So last night when it was Knicks by -8, I didn't like that, especially with Portland on the back-to-back. If we'd had this question last night, I'd have said take Knicks -8. But the Knicks over their last 4 games have been really poor, really, really poor. I have the Knicks at 104.7, Blazers 109.3 in the last 4 games each team has played, not against each other, just their last 4 games. And that's the Blazers by 4.5. And so I'm in a real quandary here because I have conflicting models. I have one model that has Portland by 5, basically. Got the other model, which has the Knicks by 5. And Portland's coming off of a home back-to-back, which isn't as bad. The road back-to-back, if this was road back-to-back, no, just take the home team, and that would be that. This is not a side I want to be on. It really, really isn't. So for me, I would pass on it. But given the modeling has a full consensus on the Blazers covering this. Now that you've gained 3 more points, that's just a lot to bet against or bet on a New York Knicks team that has been playing really poor basketball the last 4 games. Now, Portland might be their slump buster. I don't know who the Knicks played over the last 4 games. Maybe it was 4 really, really good teams. So as far as so that's the level of due diligence that I'm talking about. I don't do that, right? So anybody listening or watching right now, that's what you need to do, right? Take a look at Portland's last 4. Take a look at the Knicks' last 4. Who have they been playing, right? And if all of it adds up, I got a hard time going Knicks plus -11.5 with the way they've been playing, not only in their last 4 games, but their last 3 games on the road. So I'm going Portland plus 11.5.
I'm going Portland plus 11.5 too. Just so you know, I'm doing it. It's already in. I love it.
But again, that's how I read the hot sheet. It's kind of no man's land right there. The back-to-back really kills me. That's what really gives me a little bit of heartburn on this one. I would have been on the Knicks last night at -8. I just -11.5. I don't like betting on a team. It's like betting on an offense when you're on against a good offense when you're on the under, or hoping a bad offense shows up when you're on the over. They'll just cancel each other, right? They don't make sense. So what I'm trying to do is find data that makes sense, that gets me to, I conclusively want to go this direction. With Portland and the Knicks, I don't have a conclusive one, but gun to the head, right? I'm taking Portland plus 11.5 in the Moda Center tonight.
Yeah, so you have those key indicators, right, on your model. Plus, we have some trends that back it up. Knicks have failed to cover the spread in their last 6. Trailblazers,
who cares about that? Who cares about that?
But listen, Trailblazers have won their last 5 on the second leg of a back-to-back. So they are a good back-to-back team. Dave? Yeah.
That's a great way to justify your pick.
Again, it's the fluff of a host, right?
But at the same time,
the underlying. So it's the same thing though. Like if we're building consensus, right? I have a model, right?
Yep.
My model likes the Trailblazers. You have a model. Your model likes the Trailblazers. We also have some trends that maybe back it up a little bit, right?
Right.
So that's what we're doing, is we're trying to find a little bit of consensus to find our way to navigate through the ways of the NBA.
Do you have Boston? Do you have Boston -4.5?
I'll have to look. One moment. Let's see. I mean, it's
like why do I even come on this amateur station?
Hey, I'm the host. I have the 76ers over the Bucks. So I'm taking the 76ers and the points.
Boston.
Oh, the Celtics.
B-O-S.
I have the Celtics. I have the Celtics 117 to 111.
There we go. -4.5. Consensus again. Bang!
Boom. Done. Exactly.
Awesome.
All right. Well, hey, I think we have, gave you guys lots of good plays. We appreciate the comments. Dave is done. He's ready to eat his biscuits. But you guys, please make sure you like, subscribe, click on the bell to get the latest notifications. We will have some more videos yet today, so you can find some more information out from Mark. He's on, and then we'll have Danny Dimes here later in the day. So we're almost done at the OG Sports Networks. 2 more great handicappers coming your way. Thanks, Dave. Again, we appreciate it.
Good luck.
Yes. Good luck, everyone. Bye-bye.